Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Talk with the Missus. It's an exciting time to be with you. Always a joy. Every time we have the privilege and the opportunity to sit here on the set of Talk with the Missus, especially when you have a beautiful lady, sitting by you. Tell me, why would you be joyful?
Oh, thank God. Thank you so much, my dear, wonderful husband, handsome as well, and also sitting by me. Yeah. Thank God for that. It's a real privilege, honestly, because it's not the same for many. So we don't take it lightly, and we're grateful to God. And we are grateful to God for having you join us this very time, whether it's the morning, the afternoon, the evening, wherever you are located. As always, thank you so much for joining. And as always, please do shout out to us. Hey, Pastor Moses, Sister Chioma, we're joining you from, let us know where you're joining us from. And
I think that's really helpful, it helps us to know who is online and who's joining, and it makes the conversation more real. So it's very important.
Exactly, because even though we're in different locations, the issues that are faced in relationships are intercontinental. They are literally the same everywhere. So so it's good for us to know where you are joining in from, and just give us a shout out. And also, as we always say, do share the broadcast. You never know who is gonna be saved from a red flag relationship by you sharing the broadcast. Maybe someone's just about to marry and they didn't realize, look, there's red flags written all over this relationship. Like, open your eyes. Sometimes, because they say like love is blind, but the neighbors are not. So you are the neighbors that are seeing these things. So help them to see it also. So do share the broadcast.
Great. Well, you've heard it all, and I would just add to it. Make sure you click on the share button. I think it's very important that these days we emphasize the sharing. I know we always talk about it, but with social media, especially Facebook, they have these algorithms now.
I heard you talking about it. I was like, what?
Yeah, they have algorithms that actually limit
the reach.
Yeah, the reach.
Wow.
So, for example, if I have something just on my page, what it could reach before some years ago, it can't reach that much people. So it depends on how many more people share. So your page will then reach a certain group, my page will reach certain. That's basically. So it does not matter the number of friends that you have. You can have thousands upon thousands, but so that's why the sharing is very, very important.
Okay. So share, guys.
So let's all share and make sure we get people in and have a great conversation today. Today we're going to be discussing the topic relationship red flags. And I think that's a great one. It would impact both the married and the unmarried, because somebody could say, well, I'm already married. It may not be useful. It will be useful. Because there are things that you probably be able to see and predict. It could help you to actually say, if this thing continues, this is what possibly could be the outcome and the end. So please, let's do share. And then let us know that you are online this evening. So we want shout outs from all, from everywhere. So let us know where you are joining from and who is online. So the missus is going to be, kind of read out some of the shout outs that we've got.
Okay, so I've got Peggy, and she says, good evening, everyone. Oh, sorry, Pegai.
Yeah.
How do I say your lovely name? It's so nice.
Yeah.
Pegai. Oh, Pegai. Okay, so good evening, everyone. Good evening to you also. I've got Mommy Naram, Gozi Naran says good evening, or good evening to you also, man.
Please tell us where you're joining from. Be nice to know. Yeah.
Awesome. Anton Jama, she says good evening, Pastor Moses and his beautiful wife joining from Hounslow.
Beautiful.
Thank you for joining, Anton. We've got We got Princess Fauna all the way. It's because I know, but you haven't said it so that everyone else can know. But she's all the way from California, lovely, hot, sunny California.
Yeah.
And she says, "Oh, you two are so cute." I'm trying to do it in her like accent a little bit. I don't know if it worked, but I tried.
Yeah, you tried.
I tried. Yeah. Claudia, God bless you, my darling. So she says, "Hello, Pastor Moses and Sister Chioma." Claudia from London. Lovely. We have Fides. It says, "Hi, beautiful people." Is Fides from London?
Great. Welcome,
lovely. Okay. Pagai says, "Hi." Oh, hi, Mr. and Mrs. Omoviye. I'm joining from Florida. Oh, lovely. Sunny Florida. Lovely. Okay, we've got Osage. See, guys, this is where me and him have our it's nothing to do with you. Osage.
Yeah.
Did I say it now?
Yeah, you
Osage.
Yeah.
Into what's it? Pronunciations.
Yeah.
Both. He's an expert of the Nigerian and those the African words, names, everything. I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I'm more comfortable with UK and English and stuff. So yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, yeah. So we have Glory Day, God bless you. Says, "Good evening, my pastor and Sister Chioma. It's nice to have you again from London. It's awesome to have you again.
Yeah.
God bless you, Deaconess." All right, then we've got T Maximizing. Says, "Good evening, Pastor and Sister Chioma. Sister Chioma looking very sharp, as always." To emphasize it. Joining from Northampton. God bless you, my sis. God bless you. All right. Pauline De Souza says, "Good evening, Mr. and Mrs." It's Pauline from London. Lovely. Thank you so much. Okay. And Sabia, she says, "Greeting, Pastor Moses and Sister Chioma from Florida."
Florida in the house.
I'm telling you, the sun is drawing me. Oh, okay. Hi, wonderful family. Emmanuel from London. Lovely. Good to have you on board, Emmanuel. Okay. Yvonne, she says, "Good evening, Pastor Moses and Sister Chioma, watching from London." Oh, amazing. Thank you so much for joining. And Uwa, she says, "Good, Pastor and Sister Chioma." Uwa from Essex.
Great.
Good to have you on board.
Great to have all of you, and thank you for joining. And like we said, please share and get more people in. We're going to be having a very, I believe, impactful conversation, which I believe will bless many, many, many lives. So share. Copy the YouTube link and send out to, groups that you're part of. And I'm sure that it would be a blessing to them. So today we want to discuss the topic relationship red flags. Relationship red flags. And I mean, I'm sure that all of us somehow, somewhere would be able to relate to this topic. But the young ones who are yet to enter into relationships, people who are in relationships that have the potential of leading to marriage, and then of course, married people. Everybody has something to learn from it. So we're going to kick it off, and we want you, as usual, to be part of the conversation, to throw in also some of the things that So the first question I'm going to ask to the missus and to all of you is, what are some, and we will begin to unpack them. I know we'll throw in a lot, and then we'll start discussing them. What are some of the relationship red flags? Some of the red flags. By relationship red flags, we basically means before you go too far, some of the signs, some of the things that tells you there's danger. This thing has the potential of delivering this negative result or that negative result. So what are some relationship red flags that you can think of? Let's fire.
Okay, firing on. Before we fire on with all the missiles, I've got a comment here that Sandra said. She said, yet another powerful topic. Leave nothing out. Oh, tuned in from Roehampton. Good evening. Good evening to you. And also good evening to Veronica. God bless you too. All right. So in terms of some of the red flags, there are many. I'm sure some people would consider, some that when you even think of a relationship red flag, for maybe in their own experience, they think, oh, this, or maybe someone else's experience, they think, oh, yeah, that. So there are many. Yeah. But we're going to try and unpack as much as we can and prayerfully help that it will help somebody out there. It may just be you, it may just be your friend or whoever. All right, I've got a few that I want to share and say, which I feel that are relationship red flags. Firstly, somebody that is too tight with their money.
Too tight, yeah.
Too tight. Now I know, well, not.
So when you say tight, it means someone who is it greedy? Is that the word? No. Selfish, self-centered. They're only spending when it has to do with them, nothing to do with you. If they have the money and let's say there's something that needs to be paid for, instead of them offering you, or even going out of their way to give something towards it, anything at all, they'll rather keep the money in their pocket, pretend it's not there, and just be encouraging. So how are you with that thing? Oh, that thing that you've been looking for, how's it going? Meanwhile, they've got the money in their pocket to help. And maybe that could be the person that God wanted to help in that situation. But why I'm saying anyway that is, finances, as we know, is a very major issue usually in relationships and in marriages. So if the financial side of things are already questionable on a relationship level, then how much more? Because as we always say, and it's not just we're saying it for saying's sake, because it's true. Whatever you see in a relationship, whether it's in a courting or dating or what have you, whatever the relationship was before marriage, by the time you enter and you cross over and you're now married, it's going to be times, it's going to be magnified. Whether it's times 10, times 100. Marriage amplifies.
Exactly. So it amplifies it. So if somebody is so tight with their money, they're not willing and they're not able to desire to help, or let's say, they're not open even about their finances, then they're just closed. When it comes to finances, that's a no-go area. You just can't even talk about it. Don't even ask him, or don't even ask her, or don't even discuss it. Now, finances is something that will have to be discussed. Oh, he's in debt or she's in debt and they don't want to discuss it. This debt is impacting in the family moving forward. We need to talk about it. So is finances, I feel is as a red flag if it's not dealt with in the right way.
So basically, I think that if I come into what you're saying, how I'm understanding it, is that if you're in a relationship with somebody who is not comfortable with discussing finances, there's a red flag. If they're not comfortable with discussing with you about finances, there's a red flag. If, for example, maybe you find out, or it happens that you got to know that they're in debt and think, oh, what about this, your debt? And they just like, don't worry about it. I'm handling it. Don't worry about it. I'm handling it. And they just shut you
down.
There is problem. Why is there a problem? Because when you eventually marry, they will not want to discuss finances. And as you know it, when people are in marriage, your spouse's financial state impacts on yours. So for example, if you go and let's say you want to buy property, as a family, and your spouse's finances is a mess, their credit is a mess, it can impact on yours
yeah.
in getting the mortgage. So you know there's already a red flag there, and it's not a subject they want to discuss. They were not comfortable or wanting to discuss when you were both dating. Even more so when you're married, they may not want to discuss. So you have to kind of be able to look at such red flags. Also, and like you're saying, if there's something to be paid for, yeah, and they have the money, but they would not. They start, you find out that whenever it comes to something important, I'm not talking of just wastage of expenditure, you know, something that needs to be paid for, and that's when they start pulling their feet back. You know, they don't want to be involved. It's like, then you know that there is a red flag. When you get married, you may have a financial problem.
Yeah.
Because these things don't just happen. Many a time, the signs are there. So it's important that we can unpick on those things.
Exactly. And when you were talking, I was not even remembering things like planning for activities or planning for expenses with your money.
Yeah.
Not their money, your money.
Yeah.
That 500 that you got, I need it for such and such. That something that you got, I need it for such.
Yeah. Where's that money that was given to you or that was paid to you? We need to use it for this, but never a conversation about the money that they have got and the one that comes into their hand. Then you know that there is a problem. So I think that's essential.
Yeah.
Because really, you're just looking at, you know, what are some of the things that I should look at for that could be a potential problem tomorrow. You want to go to another?
Yeah. And thank you so much. I'm seeing some lovely comments here. Keep them coming, guys. As you're thinking them, as it's coming to your mind, keep them coming. So we've got another one is not willing. I think it just stems off from what we're talking about here, but not willing to talk about situations. The person just don't want to talk about anything.
Yeah.
Whether it's even good or bad, they just don't want to talk.
Yeah, and especially when it's a bad situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't just want, they will either walk away, they just shut it down. No, I don't want to talk about it. It's none of your business. I mean, if you're in a relationship with somebody who keeps telling you that when there are things that rise up in certain areas, say it's none of your business. It's none of your business. It's none of your business.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
There are situations where, you know, in the heat of the moment, you just don't want to discuss it. You maybe, especially for a man, you want to process it a little bit more before you now actually discuss it. So that's fine. Women, we're more emotional. We want to talk about everything as it's happening live and direct.
But that's different. It's different if the person says to you, know what, I don't want to talk about it now. We'll talk about it later. It's a different scenario compared to when somebody tells you, you know, I don't just want to talk about it. Don't worry about it. Don't bring this thing up. You know, it's nothing to do with you. Just leave it. Just leave it. I'm dealing with it. I mean, if we are going to be together, you're dealing with this thing. I want to know what you're dealing with.
How you're dealing with it.
And how you're dealing with it. Because at the end of the day, if it impacts you, it would impact me.
Exactly.
That's what it means. I mean, even if you think it's not going to directly impact me, the fact that I love you and I'm investing my emotions on you, if it impacts you, it would impact me.
Exactly.
So you don't want to talk about it. I should just leave it. You're dealing with it. I know you're dealing with it. I don't, maybe I don't even have anything to do in contributing to the dealing with it, but I should know that this is what is happening and this is what you're dealing with. I think that's
and it's not one-sided. If there's a situation that's on ground, communicate. The reason that you're together is to even reason things out together. Even God himself said, come, bring your strong reasons. Let us reason the matter together. Even God. Now, human being, don't want to now discuss something with your fellow spouse to be. Like, who are you? What are you, the alpha and the omega of the relationship? Why can't no one talk to you about this? So communication is a very major requirement in a relationship. If you want to be in a relationship, you have to be relational. That's the whole point of being together. So to be relational, you have to be able to open your mouth and talk. You have to say things, whether it's good things, whether it's bad things. If you're not happy about something, find a way to communicate it in a way that's not offensive. That's another thing. People just talk and say anything that they want to say anyhow. They're just, abusive with their words, just, talking somebody down as if you small girl, or you what's it, ingrate, you this one, you that. Are we discussing, or are we cursing? What are we doing? So it's that communication requirements that's in a relationship is very, very, very vital and very important. And some people don't want to talk, and some people probably talk too much. They're saying things that are abusive. They're verbally abusive, and
I think whilst you're speaking, I just threw some things, maybe just in a bullet point in that I think also is a red flag when the person you're with, would rather speak to other people than speak to you. I think it's a red flag. They're more comfortable. Now, it could be something that you're doing. Maybe you're very judgmental. Maybe you don't, I don't know. But so that's another thing that you probably need to work on. But when the person would rather speak to other people about things than speaking to you, then that is a red flag. Because, it's you that they're going to spend their life with, but they're not talking to you. They rather speak to people outside.
Speak to them about what? Anything?
Well, just anything. It could be issues. It could be things that are going on. That
decisions.
Decisions that they have to make. They seek the opinion of everybody else, but yours. Do you understand? That's a red flag. I think it is also a red flag if you're in a relationship with somebody who is referring to you, you are a small girl. It's a big red flag, especially if you're in a relationship with a guy who says, you're a small girl, you're a small girl, you're a small girl, you're a small girl, but this person wants relationship with you, or is in a relationship with you. But every time he's referring to you, that term, you're a small girl, is basically trying to belittle you. And then by the time you marry, you have no voice. That's literally what it is. So he's trying to plant that into you. Oh, you're a small girl.
So you don't have the capacity.
Exactly. I'm so number of years. I'm so number of years older than you. You should listen to me. I'm older than you. I'm wiser than you. Well, breaking news. The fact that you are older does not mean that you are wiser, because there are some 40 years that are foolish, and you find some 20 years that are a lot wiser than a 40 years old. So some of those things are red flags, and you should watch out for them.
Yeah, exactly. People, when you're talking about verbally attacking people and what have you, those I think also is a red flag, is those are always verbally attacking other people around you. Not just they're now attacking
not just you.
They're attacking other
speak
people.
Negative about other people. That is a red flag. Somebody who is very negative about people. Oh, that person is this. Oh, that person is that. Oh, that person is that. They always have a negative narrative about other people. That is a relationship red flag, because there's nothing positive about them.
They're always instead of, there's always two ways to look at things. Like they say, a half let's say a glass of water that is halfway. Some people can look at it as it's half empty. Some people can say it's half full. So there's a pessimistic kind of way to look at things, and there's also a positive way to look at things. So if somebody is always looking at things negatively, always talking about somebody's faults. Let's say, this person didn't do this thing right. Hold on, they done it. It's just that they didn't do it to the level you had desired.
And they never speak of the positive things that people do.
I liked it when you
only.
it was good.
Only the negative. Then it's definitely a red flag.
Because what they're basically going to do always is, firstly, they're going to be gossiping and draw you into that gossip kind of lifestyle.
But even at that, apart from even drawing you into the gossip lifestyle, when they are now with you, settled with you, they always going to be seeing the negative, the things you
Yeah.
didn't do well, and most likely will not see the things that you've done well.
That's true.
Yeah, because
always, that's true.
And the things you've done well will not mean much. You know, they will just dismiss them. Oh, everybody is doing that. Oh, everybody is doing that. And highlight the things that you probably didn't do well.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me read some of the comments that we
please.
have on. Okay, so Anton said, when you are not okay, I believe she's saying when you don't get introduced to the family members.
Yeah,
that's a relationship red flag.
Exactly.
You're with somebody
you never know their mom.
Exactly.
You never know their sister.
Yeah.
You never know nobody that is reasonable in their life, as in like what's it reasonable? Nobody that is like important in their life. You don't know that.
You don't know. Yeah.
It's a problem.
They don't want to take you to meet their family.
They're hiding something.
Yes.
That will make you think they're hiding something.
They don't want to take you to meet their family. And I will add to that. Yeah. They don't want to take you to meet their church family as well. They don't want to take you to meet their biological family. They don't want to take you to meet their church family, their pastor, their leaders in church. Something is off. Something is off. When someone is actually serious with you, they want you to meet their family, the people that are important. I call the stakeholders in their life. They want to take you to meet them. When that is not happening, there is a red flag. When they don't want that to happen, then definitely it is a red flag. And it's ever this. And I would just add to that. I know as we're talking, you know, I'm
thinking of more things.
Yeah, thinking of more things.
Yeah.
If you meet somebody who, you know, has problem, is always having problem with their family members, it does not have a good relationship with his family. Yeah, it's a potential red flag.
Yeah, potential, because some people family are actually, you know.
Yeah, some people's family are crazy. Yes, but you have to take your time to try and examine why is this person. Yeah, why don't they have a good relationship with their family? They have a good relationship with their father. They don't have a good relationship with their mother. They don't have a good relationship with their siblings. You know, you have suddenly become the only one. Oh, you are all that I have. You know, there's no other person, nobody, you know, that relates with me. And you yourself, you are happy that, well, I'm the only person that he can talk to. I'm the only person that he has. I'm the only person in his life. His family are no good. Is the people who raise him, the people who have been in his life all these years, they are no good. You suddenly have become the only good person that, you know, happened that exists since cheese was invented. There's a problem.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, like you said, there is a problem because firstly, they're trying to hide something from you.
Yeah.
There's something that those family members know that he doesn't want you to know about him.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, if they're genuine people, then they would tell you. Yeah. Or they would just in conversation thinking that it's a normal thing that you should know about.
Yeah.
But if it's he's actually trying to protect you from, let's say, a diabolical family, then that's a different level and a different story.
But what about friends? What about friends?
Yeah.
What about church?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the family, the family is diabolical. But then no good relationship with friends that you can. So how do you know anything about them? You don't. How do you know anything about them?
And it's very important.
Because if you're just seeing the person,
that's very important.
If you're just seeing the person, you can't really know them completely just by relating with them alone.
No.
You have to be able to relate with the people who have related with them in time past before you came into the picture.
And seen them in different states and stages.
Yes, for you to be able to understand who this person really is.
Yeah.
If it's just you and him or you and her, it's not, because the both of you are probably clouded with emotions. You are giving yourself pictures of, you know, presenting yourself to each other, the picture of what you want the other person to see. But if It's not. God did not create any human being in isolation.
Yeah.
So you must be able.
Or they're always. What about they're always making excuses, saying, "Oh, I wanted you to meet this person, but they're not available, or they're not around, or there's always one excuse or the other." You know, it's like they are, you know, strategically making sure you never meet them.
Yeah.
But they're making it seem as if they wanted you to meet them.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, because that in itself is also a potential one, because if we're saying, okay, he never has anything good, they say, oh yeah, but he has good things to say, but we've just never been able to meet. It's just never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
He's always wanted me to meet them.
In this day and age, when there's video calls,
something just comes up every time. Something just comes up, and we never get to meet.
There's video calls. There's video calls. There's emails. There's all kinds of stuff now. So that can't even really be an issue.
To be honest with you, I think that if you meet somebody in a genuine relationship, they will feel comfortable with you interacting with the people who were in their life before you came into the picture, even in their own absence.
Exactly.
Even without them being there.
Exactly.
You know, they feel comfortable with you spending time with their family without you being there. Spending time with friends, because they have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
But if they have something to hide, you know, even if they bring you around the people who have always known them, they will be policing every conversation and every move. If you
had a heart rate monitor, you'd be seeing that they're going like 130 something.
If they're standing, if you're in a room and you're standing to one corner chatting with somebody, they would walk up there. And, you know, they will act like, oh, you know, they are just being emotional. I just saw my darling.
Let me take my darling away.
Let me take my darling.
And then they'll be giving them eye, like, how dare you? Don't make sure you didn't say anything.
And then you yourself will be thinking, oh, he can't just do without me. Oh, he's just in love with me. Oh my God, he wants me 24/7.
And do you know the importance of this, you know, making sure that you know the family, or you have a relationship or some sort of connection with the family? I remember one time, I think it was someone you counseled.
Yeah.
That they were just talking about, you know, the lack of relationship or the desire for relationship, and there was somebody that they were in an online relationship with, that they met online, and, you know, chatting, engaging, you know, it was now getting like, you know, emotions are getting drawn into the whole thing. Then that lady was now planning to travel out of the country, this is before pandemic, to go and meet the guy. Somehow the mother of the guy was able to, because she knows her son, so she was able to now, you know, get a hold of his communications with the lady, and said, look, I know you don't know me, I'm such and such person's mother, I'm very sorry to break the news to you, but he has a mental issue. And the last person that he was with, is either he killed the person.
No, he killed the person.
He killed the person. I was going to say he tried to kill the person.
No, not tried.
He killed the person.
Yeah.
So please, I know that you know, you've been discussing and everything, and your emotions are drawn, but I don't want you to be caught up in anything that can lead to fatality.
Yeah.
She just is quickly, thank you very much, and moved on with her life.
Yeah. So it's very important. Sister Harvey said, yes, Pastor, if they don't want you to meet anyone of their family or friends, they are hiding something from you. A big red flag, please. And then Osage Mek said, that's true, sir. Anna Ede said, true. And Sister Habi is laughing. Let's read a few more. We've got Claudia said, stingy and greedy people. Yeah, I think you talked about that initially as well with the finances. You know, it's a big red flag, because the problem you're going to have is that you're going to have financial challenge when you're dealing with financial things as a family.
Something needs to be paid for. The person's just holding their money.
Holding their money, yeah. I mean, I had a story.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've shared this before.
These are stories.
No, but I had a story, and it's a real story. There was this woman.
Yeah.
She had money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not knowing that she's been hiding her money. So she fell ill and she was in the hospital. While in the hospital, she needed to be treated. And I think there was a surgery that needed to take place. And it was in a country where you pay for medical thing.
Yeah.
I think it was in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Now, the money to pay for it was not there. The husband has a car, so he was going to go and sell the car that he uses for transport service to feed the family. So there's nothing, blah, blah, blah. And he's been the one carrying the load, not knowing that this woman has money. So the husband went to, long story short, he went to sell the car, agreed the amount to sell the car and everything. Guess what? This man, I don't know if he had not even sold the car.
Oh, thank God.
The person who was going to buy the car
That's my own. I'm just waiting. Did he sell the car?
The person who was going to buy the car came,
yeah.
and he was looking around for the documents of the car to be able to do the transfer. So he was wondering, where did I keep all these documents? He lifted their mattress and saw money. Money there.
There you go.
Guess what the man did? Guess what the man did? He took the money, told the person, oh, no, I'm sorry, I've changed my mind. I'm not selling the car again. He took the money and
she wasn't able to talk to tell him.
The wife was in the hospital.
Okay.
She didn't mention that she has money, and she knows that they need money. She wanted the man to spend. He's been the one always spending. So guess what? The man took the money, went, paid them for the surgery, bought food for the house, went, bought a new mattress, burnt the old one.
Oh, was there money inside as well that he burnt?
He brought all the money out. He burnt the old one and bought a new mattress.
Okay.
So when they discharged the wife, now she came home, everything. She said, oh, this mattress is new. The husband said, yes. God just helped us. And I bought a new mattress and all of that. So it's okay. What about the old one? Where did you throw it? Because she hid the money inside the mattress. The man said, oh, we burnt it. To the children say, oh, children. Children say, yeah, daddy burnt the mattress. The woman was like, oh my God. She didn't say it out, but in her, she thinks that they burnt the mattress. The man didn't say, I saw money there. She herself could not now speak to say that I hid money there. Everybody's quiet.
So she couldn't even confess.
No, she couldn't confess. Every now and then, maybe after 1 or 2 years, she said, so that mattress, you really burnt that mattress? I said, yes, we burnt the mattress. Did they not burn the mattress? They burnt it. So, stingy. So they can create problem, and that is a problem. Okay,
another one.
Yeah.
Another one.
I was popping some from there.
Okay, when a partner is abusive, aggressive, and brutal, that is a massive red flag.
Exactly.
That's literally, in fact, it's not even a red flag.
Well, if somebody slaps you when you are both dating or courting, then they will beat you. They will beat you and they may kill you when you get married.
It's true.
If they can slap you when you are both dating, they say, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know when I did it. That is how they will not know when they will kill you. That's when
even when that dating style, that's when they care more.
Yeah.
If you like, as to how they behave around you.
Yeah. So it's a big red flag.
It's not even red, it's a run flag. This is a checker flag to tell you to run. On your mask, it said run. Literally, because you can't stay for that. You can't excuse it. You can't say, oh, it's because of this. It's because there's no excuse.
Yeah.
There's no excuse. It just shouldn't have happened. So if somebody is doing that, then you
are not their child. Even when you beat your child, especially in the Western world where we live, social service will come after you. So you're talking about an adult, and you're slapping them and you're dating. It's wrong. And it's not just men.
Yeah.
There are ladies that slap the man that is in their life, their husband. Some carry bowl of soup, pour on the man's head, just trying to provoke the man. It's a red flag. It's wrong. Because when you talk about slap and all that, people think it's just men.
Automatically. Yeah.
No, but sometimes, is ladies. We have Anna Eddy said, I met a guy who never wants to talk about his past, especially his ex, who has kids for him, He said the past is in the past and we should talk about us and the future. I cut him off fast. Well, if he has an ex that has kids for him, so those children, you know, are part of his life. And it's important that you, who is coming into his life, you know about them.
Fully aware.
Yeah, I think it's very important because you don't want to, you know, now run into surprises tomorrow.
Maybe he's married. He's not actually an ex. He's actually a wife.
Yeah,
you know?
It's possible.
So there's all kinds of issues there.
Yeah, so, I'll go to this again. Tim Asmaji said, when they cannot decide except they speak to their siblings or close friends, in-law problem will happen. It's true. They cannot make a decision on things except they speak to their siblings or their friends. First, they can't make a decision on their own.
Exactly.
Everything.
That's a very good one.
Yes, every conversation they're having with you, they have to always go and seek the opinion of their siblings or the opinion of their parents or the opinion of their friends. Then you know that by the time the both of you marry, it will not just be two of you in the marriage.
Yes.
There will be other people in the marriage. Everything that you both discuss as a couple will find a way outside. Somebody else will speak contra and they will come back and say, oh, you know, actually that thing we discussed, I don't really want to do it that way anymore.
Because this person said.
Because this, well, some of them will tell you.
Sometimes.
This person said, some will not even tell you who said. So it's very, when they always have to speak to their siblings, their parents or their friends in making decisions, then there's a red flag.
I think it definitely, and I think as well, I think coming back a little bit on the aggression and verbally abusing and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
Somebody that does not want you, how can I put this? Somebody that is always finding a way to separate you from people that are important in your life.
Yeah.
Somebody that, you know, is putting up what would it be? Obstacles.
Yeah, basically disconnecting you.
Disconnecting you.
Yeah. And some people can be clever with that. I want to speak about this because I think it's very important and it happens to a lot of people.
Yeah.
When someone comes into your life and you find that they want to disconnect you from the network that has been there in your life that made you who you became. The person that they now love and they now like and they now want to spend the rest of their life with. They are deliberately disconnecting you from them. Is a big red flag. And in fact, it is the trick that the devil used from the beginning. Because when the enemy wants to destroy a person, he will first isolate you.
That's it.
By isolation, he will start destroying. And we've seen this play out many times. Somebody comes into your life and, you know, their moves, some will be overt and just say, no, don't want this. I'm not talking to that person. I don't want you talking to that person anymore. I don't want. Some will not be that. Some will be clever tactically. They will be tactically disconnecting you from your church family. They disconnect you from your church family and they will rather a neutral a connection, people who know nothing about them or know nothing about you.
Yeah, because what are they hiding?
Exactly.
What's their agenda?
They would rather that.
Huh?
So they want to disconnect you from your church family. They will also want to disconnect you from your family and disconnect you from your friends.
Yes.
You know, when somebody comes into your life and they are tactically disconnecting you from the people that were in your life before they came in.
Yeah.
Instead of them making deliberate steps to relate with those people, to want to know those people, to connect with them, to interact with them. They are no, they don't want that. They instead want to pull you out of those people.
And then making things up.
Making
things up. Oh, this person, I don't think they like me. The way they looked at me, the way they said this. Oh, could you imagine? I went there the other day and they just walked past me. And in fact, they even nudged me. I think they were trying to bounce me out the way. Making stories upon stories.
It's a red flag. It's a red flag because what they're trying to do is isolate you from the network that God has put around you, that is a safety net for you, bring you out of it. Then you are exposed, and the only person you know is them, the only person within, or you are now brought into their own circle that has nothing to do with where you're coming from. And then whatever they want to do to you, you know, you have nowhere to cry out to, because at that point, if you have already disconnected from all the network, you would suffer abuse and not be able to cry out. Sometimes shame will not allow you cry out. Sometimes, you know, you feel, oh, the way I left these people and all of that, can I go back to them? And you endure until you get to maybe the dying point before you cry out. So it's a big red flag. It's massive. Definitely.
It's massive. I mean, I'm even just thinking of a couple that we know of, that the guy was well, you know, settled, well integrated. Both his family are established and have, you know, a very thriving business that they were going to hand over to him. Then even his, like, let's say his church family and his other, like, network around him was amazing. People are ready to help him, whether with time, with money, with opportunities in different companies to work and everything. Then this lady comes from, I don't even know where she came from, and is just disconnected him from everything. Literally just destroyed every kind of relationship that he had with before. Anyone, even with his family, to the point that his parents said, look, if you want to marry this girl, we don't support, we're not in this. He said, okay, if you're not in it, then I'll choose the girl. Then even with, like, his friends and stuff were like, look, we're noticing this and this and this and this about you. You're changing. You're changing. Why are you changing? Why are things now becoming different? You're now looking at people differently and negatively. Why? He said, oh, don't worry about those people. This one, that is because he's been fed with all these stories, all these lies by her to now, you know, believe everything. Before you know it all, he disconnected from everything, from everyone. He's not living the life that, you know, it was clear that he was meant to live. He's not living that life. No, the wonderful business and everything that his parents had for him, that even, I think they sponsored him to come and study so that he can have the proper qualifications to now be able to take over that business. He abandoned everything. The family, nobody. So when somebody is in your life and they're just trying to cut you off from the network, that your life is going down now. No matter how high you are now, it's down. That will be going. So it's very important to open your eyes or open your ears. I don't understand. What's this love? What is it?
No, somebody that really loves you genuinely will come into your life with an intention to integrate with the network that already existed in your life.
Why is it that
they would want to integrate, and you will see them making the effort to want to integrate. They want to know the people that are in your life. They want to meet them. They want to, do you understand? But if you are trying to pull them and they don't want to, and instead they want to cut you off and just tactically doing it,
they're changing you negatively. Now, these places that you used to go to, let's say for church, for example, you used to come to church on time. Now with this person in your life, you're now coming to church late. You're super late. Maybe when the time you get to church, they even, they're doing offering near to close to the end. They're sharing grace. What is that? Then that person has now got you in the habit of whining out of church. Before you know it, when the time you marry the person, they're not interested in that church.
That's it.
They're not interested because in their mind, I've already told you that I'm not interested in this church. So I'm not interested, so you're not interested. It's like an automatic thing. They think they hold, what you do and what you consider important. It's people, wise up, I beg. Just open your eyes, please.
Reverend Christian Ahmed said it's very key for the person to be open enough for you to relate with your family or friends, or else no need. It's true. Habi Ahmed said, I hope our youth are also watching.
Yes, sir.
It's very important. Sagi Ahmed said, a red flag indeed. Anna Ede said, the lady needed to confirm if that call was truly from a genuine mom and not a jealous ex, because the narrative could be false.
Yeah, it could be false, but it could be true as well.
Which lady was that?
The one that wanted to travel abroad to meet the online person.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it could be true as well.
Yeah, but what if even if let's say it's not true and it's a crazy ex? Yeah. Would that crazy ex, would they not now kill that lady?
Yeah.
So there's just no need. Drama. No need,
because there've been such things before. I mean, here in I was reminding you the other day, here in the UK, a lady that met this guy online and they started dating. She's based in Canada. She came on a visit. The both of them went out, around her birthday, went out to London, visiting sites, taking pictures. She stayed for a few days. And then a day to the day she was to leave, the guy kills her.
And everything was going fine.
Everything was going fine. I mean, it was a pleasant holiday, timing with family back home and all of that, like having a great time. Yeah. And then suddenly, everything, turns upside down. So nobody knows. Someone said, Abiodun said, very correct. The disconnection is the first thing they do.
Exactly.
It's true. The disconnection is the first.
Anybody that is spoiling your mind about anybody that was important to you.
Even if it's not spoiling your mind. Because some may not spoil your mind, but they'll just they'll just use things.
We can't
use things to disconnect you from the network. Oh, we'll not do that. Oh, we're not doing it with those people.
Oh, it's not
convenient. With those people. It's not convenient.
Let's deal with this one.
Yeah. That disconnection is usually the first thing. Because they don't want you to hear anybody else. They want to take
There's
you out.
an agenda. Yeah. You will not really truly know what that agenda is, whether they're sent or whether they have a personal desire to get something from you, whether you don't really just know. But there's an agenda.
There is.
It's not ordinary. It's not a godly one. It's not a godly one. Somebody that enters your life is meant to better your life. Yeah. It's meant to bring blessing and joy. You can't go here because of this. You can't go here because of that. Somebody is phoning you. You're with the person, but because you know that he will not approve or she will not approve, you can't take that call. You now text them. I will call you later.
Exactly.
That later is when you're inside toilet.
Yeah.
Let me.
I'm with so person, and this is that. They won't be happy if I'm talking to you. Problem. All right, I'll read some more. Sandra said, when they never give you attention, especially when you are not together, they are always waiting for you to start a conversation. Then they say you have been quiet, then excuses. Yep. And then again, she said, another red flag is when they never fulfill their promises and rarely appreciate your efforts in the relationship to nurture the relationship, I believe. Anna said another red flag is when they always hide their phone and hide to answer or make calls. It's true. If they're always hiding their phones or hiding to answer calls, it's a red flag. It is a red flag.
I think as well, when they behave as if they're doing you a favor by being with you.
Yeah, that's a big red flag. I mean, you should be careful with
you're doing me a favor. I'm not doing you a favor.
You will know that you will be the victim of the relationship.
Yes.
Yeah. When it looks like you want the relationship more than they want it, there's a problem. There's a problem. Osage Meg said, a partner that wants to have a carnal knowledge of you before the marriage.
They're too driven into
exactly
this thing.
Intimacy. They want to sleep with you. They want to sleep with you.
They can wait if you're Christians.
And that's the agenda. Many a time it can be a red flag.
Yeah. They just want to know you.
Yeah. And then before you know it, they move on to somebody else.
Yeah.
So those are potential red flags. I know you still have more too.
No. Time is hard.
Yeah. As well. All right, we're going to try to wrap up. Yeah. Let me read a few more. Habib said 100%. Of course, they have an agenda. One may They have an agenda. May the Lord deliver our children from people like that. Oh Lord Almighty, in Jesus' name. Amen. No, it's true. Amen. It's true. And I think that we need to, open our eyes and really see. Because the truth is, most of the problems people suffer in marriage, the signs were already there before they married. If you see any married couple, they will tell you that a number of the things that they suffer in the marriage, the signs were already there, but they could not see it.
And they want to do things in a rush.
So
you don't see the truth. You don't have time to think.
Exactly.
They just want to do things. Well, we need to do this now.
Yeah.
So you can't even think.
You can't think
properly.
It's very important, therefore, and a safe net for you. The truth is, a safe net for you is the people that God had already put in your life around you before that person came. That's a safe net. And when I say the people that God has put around you, I don't mean your friends. Yeah. I don't mean just your friends. Let me use that word. I don't mean just your friends, because sometimes your friends may just be thinking like you. Yeah. And you need people who are objective. Your family, many a time, is crucial. Yeah. Matured people. And it's not just you brought the person to introduce the person, meet John, for example. And so, hello, John, and all of that. And you just spend 1 hour. So I've met the family. No. Let it be deliberate that the person can spend time, informal time. Maybe they're even watching movie, watching football, doing something that will help the inner person of that person to come out. They will make statement. Maybe there'll be something in the movie. They say, "Oh, these women, they're always stupid." Then, because
always stupid.
Yeah, you have to put that person in an informal, relaxed environment,
so they can be themselves
with the people who are the network that God has put around you. It is in that when they let off their guard, sometimes they will make statements. It will just be a comment that may not register anything with you, but will register for the people that God has put in your life. Exactly. Who will be able to understand, is this the way this person thinks? Is this their mindset? Because if it's just formal meeting, they sit down, all right, so
they're on their best behavior.
Exactly. They met the family for 1 hour, 2 hours, and that's it. Yeah. If you want to be in my life, come and chill. Come, let us chill with my family. Not just me and you. Let's with the family. Let's chill with your family. Yeah. Let's spend time, because the marriage, as we know it, is not just the two individuals. Exactly. These are people who are going to be involved. So if you cannot allow that, then the red flags. There's a red flag there that has the potential to create problem. Exactly. Well, our time is up. Yeah. You want to wrap up?
Listen. Rewind this whole that we've discussed. There's many points, some that you may not have even heard the first time. Sometimes we have to hear twice. So there are many red flags, and I know there's so much more that we were not able to cover. Like people that sabotage your efforts, sabotage other people around you, shouts and screams all the time, is that it's not going to lead to a peaceful home. There's so many other things. So that just be honest and be truthful. Yes, maybe this person came at a time when nobody was coming and you don't want to let go of this one also, but letting go of this one also may also open up for somebody that is genuine, honest, and good to enter your life. You don't want to be stuck with somebody for the rest of your life in pain, in a place where you are hurt and you're regretting and you're wishing that you saw this before. You don't, and you're just saying, I'm only staying because of the children, or because of this, or because of that. You could have made that choice earlier. So in case you're in a situation like that, in case you know somebody that is, in case there's somebody that can be helped with this, please just look out for the situations that are in your life around you. Look out, double guess, or question them again, and think, why really is this happening the way it is? And be truthful. It doesn't matter how deep you are in the relationship. If it ain't for you, it's not for you. It's never going to work, whether it's 1 year invested or 10 years invested. It's not going to work. Leave it and let God bring the right person and repair you also, because sometimes going through a relationship with somebody that hasn't been good for you is kind of, messing up some parts of you, some parts of your thinking, some parts of your emotions, some parts of your joyful nature and spirit. Some things are now being destroyed because of it. So allow God to repair you. Allow, God to also bring the right person, and allow yourself to be happy. Just allow yourself to be happy.
All right. My final words, I'm going to say it is better to be single than to enter into a bad marriage.
Yeah.
It is better for you to stay single than for you to enter into a bad marriage, especially an abusive marriage. I mean, red flags are a lot. Somebody who is never wrong. They are never wrong. They are always right. So they'll never say sorry. You know that when you both get married, when things go wrong, when there's a disagreement, you are always going to be the one apologizing, because they are never wrong. You will always be the one begging. That's a red flag. And you can pick that up during the time of your courtship. They're always making excuses for their wrongs. They never wrong. They never accept that they are wrong. Such a person, obviously, you're going to have problem with them. Somebody who's controlling. Some people are just controlling. That is a red flag. They see it as, I'm the leader. Leadership is not control.
It's not dictatorship.
Leadership is not dictatorship. Leadership is actually taking responsibility. That's what leadership is. So when God makes you the head or the leader of your home, God is basically saying, take responsibility for the family, not control. It's not control. There's a big difference between controlling and being a leader. So when you see somebody who wants to just control your life, it's like almost like you don't have a say. This person said this. He said I should do this. He said I cannot do this. He said it. And you don't, it's like you've lost your sense of judgment. You can't, you just can't. That's a big problem. So I want to encourage you to know that it is better not to put yourself into a bad marriage.
Yeah.
When you see these red flags, find a way to deal with them. If they cannot be dealt with, please run away. In fact, the fact that they are red flag is basically saying run, run. God will put someone in your life, that will be a blessing. We hope that this episode of the Talk with the Missus has been a blessing to you, as always. And of course, we'll be back in another 2 weeks with another exciting topic. But we want to encourage you to join the Anzam Prevail platform tomorrow morning. This week has been a blast. We are dealing with fire for fire. And I mean, there is fire on the altar everywhere. It's blazing hot. Yeah. And God is doing some amazing things. So many amazing things for so many people, including ourselves. We're seeing the hands of God. This morning, with after design prevail time, myself, my wife, and the children, we were just praying. We're thanking God for a number of miraculous things that we have seen, in our life and in our family this week. Yeah. And I mean, today's just Thursday. Yeah. So, fire for fire. Make sure you are joining us tomorrow morning by 6 a.m. for another time, and it will be a blessing. I want the missus to talk about prophetic entry this Sunday.
Yes, so this Sunday, as you see on the flyer, is prophetic entry service. Listen, we need to be praying. We need to know the heart of God, the move of God, and to be in line with that move. so that whatever God has in store for us in May will come in abundance. So wherever you are, find the time from your location, but it's going to happen 6 a.m. GMT, which is 6 a.m. Nigerian time, which is, I think it's 1 a.m. US Eastern.
Yeah.
And it's all happening on Sunday. So before you get ready for your church service, whether it's Faith Miracle Church or any other ministry, you can be a partaker also. Now, there are 3 important parts or important elements, or I say 4, because the prayer itself. But the other physical elements that you also do are communion. We take a communion for the month. So whatever you have, because we know people are in different locations. You're in your house, you're in wherever. You can, whatever you have to eat as a bread, and whatever you have to eat as the wine, a drink as the wine. So whether it's water, whether it's tea, whether it's a juice, whatever. But we sanctify it and believe that it's a communion. So you're communing with the Lord for that new month. Then also is the anointing. With a oil in your house, you would now, anoint yourself for the month, anoint your children for the month, anoint whatever it is that you need for the month, so that God can open up the anointing that flows for that month for you also. Then the last one is the seed. Let there be a seed on the ground, a monetary seed on the ground, so that the Lord can receive it, and that you are sowing into that month for that word that God has released for that month. And with all those 3 elements, and with your presence, whether online, I was going to say physically, but it's at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So
it's online,
it's online. Then be engaged in the prayer. So don't be sleepy. Be intentional. Let Lord actually answer you in this season.
Beautiful. So join us on Sunday morning, 6 a.m. for prophetic entry. Is always a time of encounter, and God opens us up to new levels each month in the prophetic entry. We appreciate all of you. I believe that you've been blessed, just being part of the conversation today. I see quite a number of comments, people saying that they've learned a lot from the session of today, and we pray that it is useful for you. I think what Pegai said, I have learned a lot today, and it's always a pleasure for me too. God bless you. And so many comments coming in. Sage said, wow, it's been a wonderful time. I'm blessed. God bless you, Pastor Moses and Pastor Mrs. Chioma. God bless you. Thank you, guys. We love and appreciate all of you, and we look forward to seeing you again on this same platform for Talk with the Missus in another 2 weeks. God bless you until then. Well, I want to say, please share even when we close. I must say this. Share even when we close. There are many more people that need to hear this. In fact, there may be people that you know of that you think they need to hear this. Your children, colleagues, friends, that maybe when you tell them, they will not take it, but they hear from a neutral platform, other people, it will help them. So you can copy the YouTube link even when we finish and send it to someone and say, look, I think you need to listen to this. I think it will bless you. I think it would help you. All right. So this is what we say.
Bye.